Okay, so traders, today I'm looking at, I just want to focus on gold itself because so many people like trading gold, and I know why, because of the volatility we have on gold. But now I've stayed in the market for the last 5 years, and for these 5 years I've not been actively trading, but I've been actively observing how the market moves. Yeah, so it takes me 5 years to discover how the market moves, because one of the biggest mistake that we as retail traders do is that we come into this system with the mentality of thinking in terms of patterns rather than thinking in terms of the structural realities of this game. This is a structure. It's not something that we wake up and scoop out patterns here and there and just do it like that. So, to cut the long story short, I've combined everything that I've learned for the last 5 years. So I've figured out what's working and what doesn't work. And one of the things that I've always believed in observation. When you observe something, then you give it an interpretation. Like right now, we're looking at the gold chart on the weekly time frame, and looking at this is a script that I developed. So it has a lot of things are going on inside there that this video will not explain. So this is not just not any other moving averages or any other indicator out there. This thing is still private. I've not published it yet. It is still a private script. So this script, it calculates the value. Once it calculates the value, then it tells me whether the value is rising or the value is falling. So when the value of the gold is rising, it will fire bullish at this end. And all of this is something that you all can observe, that the value is rising on gold. The value is the middle part. Then this are just then this one are just the boundaries. I'll not explain how I came up with this system. That's main private property. So I'll not disclose how I came up with this thing. So we know how this and the value is rising. So look at the gold. This is for, okay, we can go years and years back and we can test, because I like the idea of observing, because you see it with your eyes, not opinion, not anything. Because now you only observe, then after observation you act on something that is real. You are not acting based on your feelings, you are not acting based on anything else, but you are acting based on the absolute truth. The value is rising, so what do I expect? I expect a bullish something on gold. So look at it that way. So this is the weekly chart. We can go back as long as we want. So the good thing with this system is this is a trend follow system. This system, you are not coming here with a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward. It's like an investment kind of. So it doesn't matter whether you are employed or whether you are employed, you are doing other business, you are a busy person. So you come here, the only thing that you can do here is simple. So as long as the value is bullish and the price is respecting the lower boundaries, or what I call the death zone when the market is rising, so your work is simple. Wait, market comes back inside the value, then that is where you are adding position. Market goes out of the value, come back, goes out, comes back. So you are adding position until the time when price will close inside the death zone. The death zone is the lower supports. This one I call them the dynamic supports and resistance, because they are moving with price. They are not static levels on the chart, they are moving with price. So this is the death zone. Immediately price closes inside here, you close all these positions. Now let's go back and test this thing, because let's not just talk about things here. Let's back test. Also you can see also how the candlestick are changing when the value shifted. So this is something that it is rare, yeah, and I think it's one of the creations that I've made, and I'm very proud of. Okay, now let's go back. You can see, okay, when the market's ranging, you will not have very long term trends. But now you are betting on you don't know when the trend will emerge. So we don't have the ability to know that this is going to be a trend or not. But you are only reacting based on the relationship between the value and price. So you're just like someone who is hunting. When you see price below the upper boundaries, then come back, the value is shifting bullish. That is your signal. You're holding this price until the time when price will close inside the death zone. So okay, when the market is trending, you will have high and high risk to reward ratios, because you are not trying to control the market by having a fixed target. You're letting the market shows you that, you know what, I'm about to reverse, or it's likely that I'm gonna reverse. So you are not reacting to your feelings. You are not reacting to your own emotion. You are reacting to based on what the market is showing you, and that's the best part of trading someone can get into, where you are no longer reacting to your feelings and your emotions and your ego. You are reacting based on the market, and this is exactly what this system does. So you can go as long as you want. This is gold. Sometimes during periods when the market is ranging like this, you will experience losses. That is a fact, because during this period we don't have any trend. So trend market comes back, give us a trend, then a short term it gets back below. So these are the period where you survive the ranging periods like this one. You make sure you survive them by doing what? Controlling your risk, and you're waiting for your trends to emerge. Okay, so that's what you do with the system. So you will have short-term trend, you have long-term trend. We can go as long as we want with the system. You have some of the craziest trends in history. You see, like this one's like 209, the 209 trend. So if we had the system before, someone just positioning himself at this point and riding a whole 2 year trend, doing nothing, working on your job as usual, not bothering about the markets, and you are just there because this is a weekly time frame. You're just there observing how the market is moving and all that. And the moment the market crosses inside the death zone, you exit all these positions and you pocket your money. During these periods, short periods, you get some 5 to 10 losses. Then when market drops, give you some very nice moves, and that is it. So this is a trend following system. This is a system where you only need to sit down and observe. Look at this trend. As long as the market is respecting this one, the lower boundaries, you remain bullish. If you're a trader, you exit the market did not close up below, so you are entering another trade that's going until this point when this candlestick close inside the data zone. So this is a time following system. Yeah, we can also test this with the stock. So let me test. No, let me test the S&P 500 also, the same system. US 500. Okay. So this is US 500. So we can go as far as we want to the system. You will see that these trends do come. Okay, now the radar can go past this area. So okay, let's look at what we want. So look at this trend. These are the trends that you want. You close the trades at that point. During this short period, you survive. Remember, we said you survive ranges. When the market is moving like this, you survive ranges. So you survive a range, then market come and give you another massive trend. This was not the 2020 trend. Market gives a 2020 trend, then closure at this point. The 2022 crash. Market come. This was the 2022 crash, which was very nice. You are observing, okay, because this system will tell you it is reactive based on what the market is doing. You are not guessing anything. The script reacts with the market sentiment and everything that's happening to the market. It prices everything with it, so that you know that okay, this market, the value is dropping. So you don't need to know why the value is dropping. What you do is to observe, okay, the value is, because when you start to questioning, okay, why the value is dropping, all those things, and you start making a lot of judgment. I know why this raise all those things. Those are just nonsense to me. What I focus is what's the value doing? Is the value dropping? I don't know the reason behind it, so I don't need to know the reason why the value is rising or dropping. I'm following what the value is doing, because if I'm aligning myself with the direction of the value, then that's the best guess I can have with the market. So as we drop down, so these are all moves, then a close. So this is a very short term. This is a very short trend. The market comes back bullish again. The moment we break the lower boundary, the upper boundaries, our market begins to give us a bullish signal. You are looking at the value, the line in the middle. So at the move, come back, market drop down inside that value, another an entry for their first entry at this point. Then you ride this trend, you add position the moment price come back to the value. Then when the market closes to the death zone, you close all these ones. So these are trend following. I think this is the best guess kind of. Right now, we are seeing what's happening. The value is pointing toward the bullish side. So you can have this one. If in case we had a pull, we can get a pullback back to the value. Then that will be an initiation to the upside. And this is best work with the trending asset like gold, Bitcoin. You can see something on Bitcoin also. So let me see something on BTC. Many people are drawn to this. Now look at Bitcoin. We're looking at Bitcoin with the system. So Bitcoin, these systems look at what's happening with the BTC from this is a bullish trend from back then in 2023 when we broke the upper boundaries. That was a bullish signal. Then we wait until we see the value begin to rise. Then we wait for market to come back to that value. Then that's an entry signal. Then we hold this trade until market close inside the death zone. When did it close at the death zone? At this area. Now, is that something that, okay, I don't need anyone to believe in this, but for me, what I can observe, it is working. Because I'm not reacting to anything external. I'm reacting to something that's happening, that is update itself in real time. News come, it update. Anything happens, shocks, all those, it prices all those things inside, and it tells me, okay, the news is this bearish or bullish. I don't need to look at the price. I have to look at what the price is doing in relation with the value. The value falling or the value is rising. Then is it respecting the boundaries? As simple as that. So that you don't need to have a lot of decision making when it comes to this. So I also have a dashboard here. This dashboard shows me all the time frames. So weekly time frame, daily time frame, 4 time frame, 1 hour time frame, 5 minutes, 15-minute time frame, and the 5-minute time frame. I can observe them in real time, and they update every second, every hour, and that's how the system works. So it took a lot of time and a lot of effort coding this thing. It is something that I've coded. So yeah, and that's something I like about understanding. Once you understand a system, then you begin to navigate the system based on its structural laws. You don't invent your own things. You know how the market moves. So how does the market move? You know one thing, that there's only one universal one structural law that govern any market, and it is this: when agency repeatedly exceed available liquidity, price will move. And when the available liquidity exceeds agency, price will stall. So that's, we are betting on the first part. We are betting on the part that when agency exceeds the available liquidity, price will move. And that's what this system detects when the price is about to move. It is as simple as that. So we're gonna show some things are still coming, so we'll be awaiting as we continue to move. And the good thing is, you can observe this thing by yourself and see it with your own eyes. You don't need to be told. You can observe this. We have seen the gold, we have seen the US 500, and we have seen the BTC. So what else? What other convincing do we need?